My name is Jay Garrick, and your world is in danger.
What other worlds are there?
When you created the singularity above Central City, you created a portal. If you got through, there'll be more to follow.
Locked and loaded.
I always did like a man who could handle a gun.
You should see my Nerf collection.
You want me? You're gonna have to catch me.
Showtime.
How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing my review of Season 2, Episode 1 of The Flash. And this episode is called The Man Who Saved Central City, and that is The Flash. Or is it? Because Barry does not think so. He thinks that's not even him who saved it. Again, spoilers for this episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch the episode, then come back here. Barry believes he is both responsible for the death of both Ronnie and Eddie, and also he thinks he's not even the one who saved the day, as Eddie did shoot Harrison Wells to stop that, and Ronnie, in the flashback, as we learned, dies. Or does he? I personally don't think he actually is dead, just letting you know right off the bat. I think he's probably somewhere in some alternate dimension. As you see Professor Stein falling, I think Ronnie may have launched into another dimension. I think he'll be back. Caitlin can't catch a break with her love interest. Clearly, she's just no luck. But yeah, the season starts off actually with an opening scene where you see everyone back, and you're like, wait, what is going on? It's like Harrison Wells is back, but he's like a good guy, but he's in a wheelchair still, but he stands up, and then you see Eddie, and you're like, what is going on? And turns out Barry's just hallucinating or dreaming or something along those lines. But just like Arrow, this show takes place in real time, so we start 6 months later. Barry's kind of in a depression, if you want to call it. He's not really hanging out with all his friends. Caitlin is off at Mercury Labs, I think that's what it's called, and she's working, that was the competitor to Star Labs. Cisco's now working with Joe with the PD, and making jokes like never before. Cisco killing it yet again in this episode. And you see this mystery man taking pictures everywhere, and you don't really know who he is. I assume if you watch the trailers, you kind of could get an idea of who it was. By the end of the episode, we find out that it's Jay Garrick himself. You saw his helmet pop in at the end of last season. So he's around, and this world apparently is in trouble. Also, wrestling fans may recognize Edge, or Adam Copeland, as his acting name is, his birth name, pops in here as the Atom Smasher. And the Atom Smasher was fine, nothing spectacular. He was there to kind of progress this plot and introduce what I presume would be the main villain of Season 2, Zoom, or Professor Zoom. And then you also get in this episode, there's a lot of stuff going on in this episode. You also get Barry receiving that message from Wells. He plays it, and he says basically he confesses to killing Barry's mom. Now, clearly, I think there's ulterior motive here. Wells is probably going to pop up some way. I know Tom Cavanagh is coming back sometime this season, at the very least. So clearly here, I think there's some ulterior motive. Barry's dad, again, though, is getting out. And one of my critiques of this episode is how fast Barry's dad just said, I'm out of here. I've heard some theories that maybe he's got something, maybe he's hiding something, maybe, and doesn't want to be around Barry while this is happening. But it was, I don't know, it was handled poorly. I think, Barry accepted it on the day of that he found this out, and it just felt rushed. Had they maybe introduced it maybe next episode, just with a little more through line through it, maybe would have accepted it a little bit more. But as of right now, I wasn't a huge fan of that. And then you also see Cisco, and he's apparently got some more powers. His powers are coming up more and more. I think we're going to learn a bit more about that in the coming episodes. Him being able to see clearly some alternate dimensions. But overall, I really like this episode. I like how it set up the season, and going forward, I think it's going to be a great one. Again, nothing really groundbreaking in this episode, but a great introduction to the new world with the time dimensions and all that, with Jay Garrick coming in and the mention of Zoom. So we'll see where that leads us. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of these. I'll get up S.H.I.E.L.D. probably up later tomorrow, and then also Arrow. So I'll get those up as soon as I can. And that is it, guys, and I'll talk to you later.